Good morning. I'm sharing with you as we look at the devotional for today. The gospel lesson for this week comes from Mark chapter 9. It's an interesting scene between Jesus and the disciples. It says this: They went on from there and passed through Galilee. He did not want anyone to know it, for he was teaching his disciples, saying to them, "The Son of Man is to be betrayed into human hands, and they will kill him. And 3 days after being killed, he will rise again." But they did not understand what he was saying, and were afraid to ask him. Then they came to Capernaum, and where he was in a house, he asked them, "What were you arguing about on the way?" But they were silent, for on the way they had argued with one another who was the greatest. He sat down, called the 12, and said to them, "Whoever wants to be first must be last of all and servant of all." Then he took a little child and put the child among them, and taking the child in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me. And whoever welcomes me welcomes not me, but the one who sent me." The disciples again got a different picture of what things were about. And here we see them arguing away from Jesus about which one of them was the greatest. And they didn't really quite understand the role of a disciple. But Jesus did his best. He had an object lesson in front of him. He had a child. He was challenging them, you must become like this child. You must honor this child. And hopefully that was able to be communicated to them in a real way. There was a great preacher. His name was Will D. Campbell, who was a preacher in Mississippi. And he called himself the Apostle to the Rednecks. And there was one story about where he shared his vision of an evangelist. He said he had an understanding of evangelists coming into town and proclaiming that, challenging the congregation that he was preaching with to give their lives to Jesus, to choose this moment, this place, and now to give their life to Jesus. And he visioned this evangelist seeing people coming down the aisle to do that, to come to the altar. And again, Campbell says the preacher stops them, the evangelist stops them and said, No, I didn't say to come down here and give your lives to me. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you need to go give your lives to Jesus. And sure enough, the people turned around and started walking down the aisle, back down the aisle, out the door. And then Campbell says he envisions this evangelist looking at everybody else and said, "Are you ready to give your life to Jesus? You need to get up and go. Go give your lives to Jesus." And then he said he imagines the phone going off the hook at the police station. He imagined people at the hospital calling the police saying, "There are people here. There are people all over the place here. We need officers to help us." People are coming and saying, "We want to give our lives to Jesus. We want to see Jesus." And they want to come and be there with those who are sick and ill. Another clinic there for Alzheimer's patients calling as well and saying, "We need help down here. There are people who are coming and banging on our door wanting to get in. They said they want to see Jesus. They want to give their lives to Jesus." But we're telling them, all we have here are Alzheimer's patients. They are not anywhere near Jesus. But the people were determined, saying, "No, we're giving our lives to Jesus. We need to get in. We need to be with those people." In another place, there was a call that he envisions saying that we want to give our lives to Jesus. But again, it was a clinic of those who were drug dependent, and they were banging on the door trying to get in and saying, "We need to give our lives to Jesus." And the people in the clinic were saying, "No, it's just people here who are medically unstable. They have AIDS. They're seeking help here. So, but Jesus is not here, and the people are saying, yes, yes, Jesus is here. Maybe we need to hear that again. And as Campbell was trying to tell us, that maybe we need to live this life with Jesus Christ just like a child, going and giving our lives to whoever needs it the most. And boy, we have a world that needs all of us involved, and I hope you are in your own way. Have a great day.